Welcome back to the DMGs That Are Wrong YouTube channel. My name is Mike, and like always, we got Gage and Dylan here with us. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime we upload a video. Now let's jump right into it. Alright, jumping into the video here. We got the AFC South preseason predictions. We're going to be, obviously, if you haven't seen our other ones, we've done the AFC East, NFC East, and the
AFC West.
AFC West, that's right. So check those out. This is basically our preseason kind of how we think it's going to go per division, 1, 2, 3, 4, how they're going to finish in there. With no records involved, though. Not yet, at least. We might do one with some records put out. Who knows? But, yeah, AFC South. So let's jump right into it. Starting off with number 4.
Indianapolis Colts. The Houston Texans.
Yeah.
I didn't make this list, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. We all did.
Yeah.
So I do want to hear more from you guys, your perspectives, because I feel like I have mine like kind of set in stone of like how I view it. So I feel like I've talked enough about them.
The Texans in general, or just the whole division in general?
Just the whole division, yeah.
Oh.
Like I'll say my piece on the Colts, but like I don't want to be the main speaker of this one, at least.
I mean, I
The
think
worst division apart from the NFC East in the NFL,
yeah.
and that's just
But-
safe because they have the Titans and the Colts. But I think you can make like an actual. Actually, with the Eagles getting better and the Cowboys being the Cowboys, I think you can actually make a legitimate like argument that this is the worst division in football at the moment.
Yeah, you could.
But you know, that's the great thing with football is everyone's got a chance and it can change in 2 years.
Yeah.
Houston Texans 3 years ago were competing for the AFC Championship year in year out. So
Just like the Jags. Well, I mean, that's been a little bit now, but the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2015 were in the AFC Championship, and they almost won it.
gosh, I'm so mad.
But was it 2017 maybe?
Sorry.
Was it 2017? I think it was 15.
I don't know.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
No, if it was
They turmoiled there.
if it was 17, they weren't in the AFC Championship game because that same season they played Kansas City in the AFC Championship game.
I think it was 15
It was
or
15.
16.
The year we
'Cause it was-
lost
I
to
just
the
missed it.
Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, besides all that, obviously Texans are going to be here at 4. I mean, they're still a bad team, but they did get a lot better, in a sense. They drafted all right. I think they took Stingley over Sauce, which was meh.
At 3.
Yeah, at 3.
nonetheless.
First 2 rounds were Stingley, Kenyon Green, Jalen Petrie, and John Mechie.
Yep.
So they're definitely starters, but
Yeah.
I don't think all of them are. I don't think any of them are. Other than Stingley, has the potential to be a superstar. So I think they're starters, and that's what they need. So I can't really fault them for it. But they're still behind in that rebuild.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Petrie's not a bad shout. I mean, they had Justin Reed, and they kind of developed him into a pretty solid safety, even while being meh. So
They signed a good veteran leader in the linebacking room, Christian Kirksey. He'll start. He's a good linebacker. They signed MJ Stewart, the safety corner from the Cleveland Browns, for like a dirt cheap deal. It made no sense to me whatsoever because he worked really well in our system and played very well. And they were just like, yeah, go ahead, leave on a free, basically. It was really interesting. I don't know why they did that. Any other big ones? They signed Annie Yanovich, another Browns player. That's 3 straight.
you guys got some.
They got
chemistry
Marlon
going
Mack
on.
from the Colts.
That's right. Yep.
Oh.
Just moving up in April, they signed Kevin Hogan, backup. Bunch of other, guys, and then they had their draft, and they also got John Mechie
Yeah.
to go back there. We're gonna put out a video here soon where who's gonna take the biggest jump in the year 2 for like the quarterbacks from last year, the rookie QBs. And we all made like a pretty like legitimate argument here with Davis Mills. I think he's got a fairly decent chance.
I think he's solid.
Yeah.
He played solid last year. I think he's super underrated.
Yeah.
Well, so the reason why he's underrated is he came from Stanford, and they had that shortened COVID season. It was like the only year that he's played, so he had like 5 or 6 games to his credit, and he looked good.
Yeah, he didn't look terrible though.
No one was gonna draft him in the first round
No.
because it's like he got 5 or 6 games, dude. Like, we can't trust that. So
Stanford quarterbacks, they have that education. You don't know if they're just going to retire mid-game
education
times for you.
Yeah.
So
I'd rather be an architect than a quarterback, apparently.
yeah, you don't want them just your quarterback. You want somebody that's all in for your franchise, not somebody that
Yeah,
cares
exactly.
more about themselves.
Yep.
Moving on
But
to number
moving on to
third
the
place.
3, yeah.
If you want to call it that, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I'll
Really,
I'll-
we go ahead, Mikey.
I'll tell you why they're going to come in third. Okay. Obviously, they're better than the Texans, right?
Are they though?
But kinda, yes.
Okay.
But they're not better than the Titans, and they're not better than
There
the
we
Colts. So
Ooh,
that's why they're going to come in third.
Premium
that
analysis.
is some top knowledge right there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the Texans played pretty good last year, and I think they could have a chance, that compete for that third spot, right?
They could.
But
But
they just got Peterson at coach.
Like Peterson.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He may not be like a top 5 coach, right? People are trying to put him up there like that, but he's still. I mean, you could say like mountains better than Urban Meyer. So having some sort of stability back there would be really nice. Plus, they got probably the best receiver in their division in Christian Kirk. They got him
Basically.
running routes now. No, who did the Jags get in the draft? Who did they pick?
Trayvon Walker,
gosh, Trayvon
Devin
Walker.
Lloyd. They
I like
also
Devin
got
Lloyd.
another linebacker from. They got Chad Muma, I think.
yes.
So they had a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I forget where else that they went, but I honestly I don't like them having Trayvon Walker and Devin Lloyd because they're just physically gifted defensive players, and you're gonna find ways to make them work. And I think Trayvon Walker is just a disruptor, and I don't want to see him going against Bernard Raymond in Bernard Raymond's first year. So I think there's things about Jaguars that I'm starting to say, okay, well I don't like where this is going. And that's what I would say this season is I just don't like to see where they're going with this.
Basically, they got the darling of Dylan's darling in the draft, Devin Lloyd. So he thinks he's going to do really good. And then Dylan spent the entire draft process is crapping on Trayvon Walker. So he's probably terrified that he's going to be wrong, and then he's going to be terrorized by him for years. Trust me, I get it. And I come from a division where our teams actually draft good. So every time they draft somebody, you're like, great, there's another Hall of Famer. This will be fun.
If I would much rather face Trayvon Walker than Aiden Hutchinson, but I still think just having Trayvon Walker there is just a walking nightmare.
They're getting Clavion Chase on back too from injury. Again, hopefully he can stay healthy.
And Tyson Campbell did that last year at corner as well.
They re-signed Cam Robinson, their tackle, for a 3-year deal, so they got him back. They picked up the 5th-year option on Josh Allen, obviously. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm also excited to see what Travis Etienne can bring to the team and what that running back group's going to do.
Yeah.
Under Doug Peterson. So
I'm just glad that we get to get our
Sorry.
loss at Jacksonville over with in week 2 and not have to worry about it at the last game of the year.
smart. That way you guys can prepare instead of getting your hopes crushed at the beginning. But Mikey prematurely clicked again. He's really good at the premature things. Tennessee Titans, we have them finishing 2nd. Mikey and I beat the drum that they were going to finish 1st, and then they did everything they possibly could to make that difficult for us to do that. So we have them finishing second. They got rid of AJ Brown. They got a good haul back. Treylon Burks got drafted to them. I really like Treylon, but you're starting to see more and more of that like draft rumor crap, and then like at practice, not able to hack it and have to leave like after like 4 sets of reps, and then come back out and then do a couple more sets and then go back in. Like, I'm sorry, but Arkansas is much more humid than Nashville. So if you can't do Nashville heat, like
Hey, he's made it.
that's not like an excuse. I'm sure he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I can't really talk. Alec Pierce left his first practice dehydrated, so
Yeah, I wonder how common that is, since they probably college is so much stricter with their COVID protocols.
yeah.
I wonder how much different it is for these guys coming out now. Okay, they got Malik Willis. Question: do you guys think he'll start at all this year?
I'd start him.
Knee-jerk reaction, Mikey. You'll start him. Dylan?
start him.
I don't think so. I mean, it would just have to be like an injury thing. I don't think it would be a Ryan Tannehill looks bad and they want to put Malik Willis in there. But I like, to me, I love Malik Willis being in this locker room, not because Malik Willis, like himself, causes distractions, but people are going to be distracted because Malik Willis is there. And it's the same thing that kind of happened with Carson Wentz, is they drafted Jalen Hurts because it's a good thing to have a backup and it's a good thing to have a upside player. But now your quarterback might be a little, might have a loss of confidence. But no, I don't think he'll start this year unless they're forced to by injury. They've been in the playoffs the last couple of years because of Tannehill and the connection they have there. I mean, they got there without Derrick Henry. And they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
so
they finished first.
Yeah. I mean, like it's Tannehill is more than just a game manager, but he pretty much is a game manager. So
Honestly, like talking about it, I think they could still finish first. Like, I honestly do. I think it's a toss-up. I
Yeah.
think the receiving core got better. Yes, you lost AJ Brown, but you got Robert Woods and Treylon Burks and Kyle Phillips.
yeah,
Like, you got a more consistent group of guys.
yes.
They got Austin Hooper from the Browns. Thank you guys for taking that salary. I sent it in the group chat earlier, but a couple of days ago. But I was listening to a Browns podcast, and the guy goes, he was like, and Blades of Grass had an incredible career high 17 tackles on Austin Hooper. And you Titans fans that are listening right now, you're like, what is this idiot talking about? You'll see the first time he catches a pass, he will catch ball jumping backwards and land on the ground and find every possible way to get you 0 yak or rack. Every play. You'll be very impressed. You'll see it. He'll be wide open by 15 yards, and yet he'll catch the ball, and he'll be like 2 yards away from where he caught the ball at the end of the play. It's really impressive. That being said, he does catch the football, so good for him.
Yeah.
It is somebody that they needed. You could see that they were missing after Jonnu Smith left. They were missing that extra threat. I don't know. I can see it being a good competition again.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, the next one we got the Annapolis Colts.
The boys are back.
Yeah, this is like the Cowboys fans, cheering that they won the NFC East. Like, guys, somebody has to win it. Like, it doesn't mean that you're good, right? Like, somebody has to win this, okay? Like, calm down. But you guys got Matt Ryan, who's a competent quarterback, which is something you guys needed. I have no connection to Carson Wentz. I don't really care. He's not good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he had that really, really good year, and then unfortunately destroyed his knee, and you could see like all that athleticism is gone for him now. He just does not play with that same thing that made him great, which was sad. You got, top 1 A, B, C running back in the football league, in the National Football League, with Jonathan Taylor. right? Who is he the
Yeah,
best running back in
it's
football?
Henry, Chubb, and Taylor.
Taylor. That's kind of what I
Like
was
I
thinking.
feel
Henry
like
Chubb
they're
and
all
Taylor.
close enough. Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously, I think what pushed it over for us was their defensive freaking acquisitions. They got
Um,
scary. They were already really good at defense, already a force to be reckoned with, and they just got even better. And Dylan, you want to go over who you guys
yeah.
picked up? I know you're excited about it.
So okay, so there's a big change that I almost always forget to bring up, and it does factor into the Colts year, and it's something that I think is a little bit more worrisome than people lead on to, is that we lost Matt Eberflus to the Bears. His defense is what also made us that great. I mean, obviously the players have been great, but we have this defense set up that's primarily based on cover two, but now we're going to be switching to a cover three, cover one defense with Gus Bradley, which is going to be better for sacks and it's going to be a more aggressive defense. But that in and of itself kind of changes what the defense was before.
Gus Bradley, that's former Chargers, right? Am I
Yeah, and
crazy? Okay.
Jaguars,
Okay.
and
Cool.
yeah,
I was like, that sounds so familiar.
yeah,
You're good.
he was
Go ahead.
also the Seahawks defensive coordinator when they kind of started that Legion of Boom, I think. So, I mean, we have a lot of defensive talent. The things that we acquired were we traded Yakisin for Yannick Ngakwe straight up.
Which is
Basically,
a
just
great trade.
yeah. I mean,
Period.
I think it worked for both teams pretty well because I think Yannick got replaced by Chandler Jones, and he's much better than Yannick. But Yannick is he has 55 sacks in his 6 or 7 year career, which is pretty good. Something that the Colts haven't seen in a long time. And then we added Stephon Gilmore on a 2 year deal, I think for about $20 million. So what was that?
Gilly Lock.
Oh yeah, Gilly Lock, yeah. So I mean, obviously he's not going to be playing the same as when he was with the Patriots. That was definitely his prime, but he's still going to be the better quarterback, better than Xavier Rhodes was for us, and even he was pretty good. So I'm excited to see that. And then we also added Rodney McLeod from the Eagles, who's been a very solid safety. Not a highlight safety, but he's very, very good.
Better than
So
Pendejo. So
yes, better than Bendeo. So I'm excited for all the acquisitions we got there. Also in the draft, we added Nick Cross, who is a rangy, center field safety that just loves to hit people too. So I love that one. And then we just add a lot of offensive weapons in the draft. Other than that, but I do think the defense is something where if we change too much, I can see us kind of having that shift that's just not good. But if they maintain what we do well, and we continue being on the high turnover rate, then all Matt Ryan needs to do is just not Wentz it up, and we get into the playoffs and we can make things happen. So I don't think we're a Super Bowl lock or even a AFC championship lock, but I think we're a playoff contender that if things just go the right way, we're set up to take advantage of things. So I think it's a good year. I don't think I'm the most confident I've ever been in the Colts, but it's definitely better than having Carson Wentz tote the ball around. So I'm excited.
and I can tell you that this is the most confident he's been. I've seen him when he's been the most confident in the Indianapolis Colts team, and it was the year that he then came to work crying because Andrew Luck
Yeah.
decided to retire mid preseason game.
Oh,
That was the year that he was
yeah.
most excited.
We were so set up that year. Yeah.
I'm opening up a
Anyways,
wound right here.
anyways, yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, like you guys said, I feel like you could take almost any team from any of the other AFC divisions, and they would take the AFC South this year. Any team in the AFC West, I think, would take the AFC South, and almost any team in the AFC North could take the AFC South, other than the Steelers. And then the AFC East, yeah, I think you have two teams that could take it from us. So I don't think we're a great division, but the weak schedule that the Colts have and the Titans have, I think we're going to have higher records than what we deserve. So
And you know what? It's the NFL. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
People can say weak division all you want. Tom Brady made a career off of it. So
Facts.
you can't really
yeah.
can't hate it. winning a football game is difficult, no matter who you're playing. So,
Yeah.
but if you guys made it to the end of the video, we do appreciate you guys for watching. Again, if you did make it to the end of this video and you haven't hit the like button or the subscribe button, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, you sat through and listened to us, so might as well just click it for the next time. And follow us, and we'll bring out you guys some more NFL content here soon.
Peace out.